It takes about 3 hours to hand sand each guitar in total. The total process requires almost 2 weeks. Build up the layers of clear coat over the color, and that's what gives it its depth. We use a hybrid acetate-based finish, very similar to the nitrocellulose finishes that have been used for hundreds of years. As far as the tone of the guitar is concerned, you want to keep the finish thin so the guitar can vibrate and breathe. And that's one of the things that sanding the guitar so many times does. In all, he'll spend over 3 hours sanding this guitar. After the guitar is sanded down to 1800 grit paper, it's ready for buffing. We just put it on the buffing wheel. It takes about an hour. There's really an art and emotion to this. Buffing is the last stage in the finishing process. Now, after days of building up the finish in layers and then sanding it back down so it's thin and flat, it'll take about an hour on the buffing wheel to bring it up to finish. We've already let the finish dry for almost a week longer than the manufacturer of the finish recommends. This lets all the solvent come out of the paint, and we get much less shrinkage than if we just went to the buffing wheel right away. The operator's listening to the wheel, it's talking to him. He listens to the sound to tell him how hard to press on the guitar. If he does it right, the guitar will look great. If he puts an edge wrong, it'll toss it on the ground. Too much pressure and he burns through, not enough pressure and it stays dull. There's a fine art to it, but if you do it right, you've really got something. I think most everybody likes to get the outside of their guitar looking good, but one of the things we really take special pride in is that the places that you can't see are done right too. The wiring of the guitar is all point to point, and we like to do a really nice, neat job. Before we get in there, we spray it with the Belgian shielding paint. It's the best stuff that you can buy, and we have to import it from Belgium at great expense, but it's worth it. Quiets the guitar down really nice. One of the things that we love about our wiring is even though nobody really sees it unless they take the back plate off, we like to do a nice, tidy job. We had one reviewer write about our wiring, saying that it was a work of art. It's kind of a nice thing to know that the outside of your guitar looks great, but the inside looks great too. It's kind of like a fine watch. You know that the inside is as much a precision piece as the outside is. If you open up your guitar or whatever it is and you look inside where they think you'll never be looking, then you can really see the kind of quality that they stand for. And that's what we're doing here. We like to make the inside look as good as the outside. The setup room is where everything really comes together. Either you've done your homework or you haven't. Put the strings on, set the intonation, set the neck, set the action, and play the guitar out. This is where all your hard work pays off. Have people who actually play guitar, actually play in bands, setting up your guitar so they know what a guitarist wants to feel. Guitars have a traditional Hamer feel. We hear it all the time. The guitar arrives at a gig, straight out of the box, ship one to an artist and it'll take it straight onto the stage and play it for a set. We're that confident about the setups that we do. Intonation, spot on. Fretwork is impeccable. Truly a professional instrument. You can take it straight out of the factory into a recording gig or onto a stage.